I always like to kind of start off when I'm talking to my guests, because I think people learn through story. What's a recent or what is a, kind of pivotal stuck moment in your career or as of late? And how did you get unstuck that can help the people who are listening?
I think it's a great question. One of the
Thank you.
things that can kind of get you stuck is maybe getting overwhelmed sometimes, and sometimes being overwhelmed, you naturally maybe get stuck, and so you're looking at five, six different things that seem to be really crowding your brain cells, and if you allow that to happen, then you're really stuck. So I'm going to tell you a great little tidbit. My father, who graduated eighth grade and turned out to be vice president of purchasing for Elias Brothers Restaurants, started when they had two stores. He told me, he said, have you met it yet? And I'm like, what are you talking about, Dad? And he said, it. He said, don't you listen to people and they say, it's getting crazy, it's so difficult. He said, it is your biggest enemy in your career. And I'm like, okay. And he went on to further explain that everybody uses the word it. And he said, you have to wake up every day and beat it. And so you're never saying it's crowding me, it's getting to me. So I think with those moments when you feel overspent, and there's too much going on, you can crawl backwards. But if you come out and you attack it, you win, and that's with an all-in attitude. And that's what
Yeah.
I talk to the team. I live by, you could say you're all in, but if you come out and say, "Oh, I'm all in," sometimes you're only halfway in.
Yeah.
And everybody in your team, everybody in your world needs to know that this is truly all in. So
Yeah.
I hope that answers it.
I love that answer. That's, I think, one of my favorite answers. And it's almost a formula of why not to go past eighth grade, because that's some heavy wisdom. That's really that's that's great. That's great. I love it. And the only thing I would add to that I don't even want to take away from your dad's advice, because it's so beautiful and beautifully said. But I would say also, when you talk about being overwhelmed, think community. We talk a lot about, I work with a lot of C-level execs, and that's one of the first things they always say, right? I'm overwhelmed. And one of the key things that you can do in any position, but specifically people who are feeling overwhelmed, is make sure you're prioritizing everything. A lot of times people forget they have a lot to do, but they don't get it on paper and prioritize it in order. And that's the key.